old YouTube, it has been far too long, but I finally found the time and the motivation to make this video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about is my game of the year 2013, my game of the generation, and just show my favourite games in general. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is my physical copies, can't be bothered to go for my digital. And this is all in alphabetical order, so let's go. The first game is the game that started it all, Batman Arkham Asylum. I clearly remember Blackbuster Critic reviewing this game, and he's the reason why I went out and go and checked out this game. When I checked it out, I was stunned that a superhero game could finally be on this blockbuster level. Loved it, and you know, like I said, it started it all, so on to the next. The next one is, of course, Arkham City. Like it, but I do not love it. I mean, I seriously admire the innovation and the step they took from the first game, you know, the open world, made it bigger, you know, what else is there, the gadgets, all of that, that's good business. But this is my favourite of the series, and I don't know why people seem to have a problem with that, but this is my favourite of the series, you know. I loved the story. It's got everything that Arkham City has, just changed it a bit. For example, some gadgets were changed into a different type of material, and the story in this is spectacular, and it really does tie into the first one, Arkham Asylum. I love it, love it, love it, even though it had a stupid, unnecessary multiplayer component. But yeah, this game, love it. I reviewed it, so if you want to check out the review of that game, it's on my channel. Next up is Dead or Alive 5. DOA 5, the reason why I love this game is it's a nice break from Tekken. Now, I'm not a Street Fighter guy at all, but this is a technical game, and that's why I love it. It's got a much more simple control scheme compared to Tekken, but you're gonna need a lot more techniques. You know, it's much more technical than Tekken, and that's why I love it. I also like the characters, apart from some blatant copies of others. Next is, this is what I awarded Driving Game of the Year 2011. And as I said, driving, so it's Driver San Francisco. I thought that this was a game that was horribly slept on. I absolutely loved it. It was a nice, you know, it was a nice change. You don't really see a game with a driving game with a story. And I actually like the story in this game. It gets deeper and deeper, and towards the end it's absolutely fantastic. Now it is a bit, people say silly, as it takes all place in Tanner's head, the protagonist of the game. It takes place in his head, and during that it has the ability to shift cars and, like, you know, the agents doing the Matrix, but absolutely fun. It was very fun. I like that mechanic, and yeah, Driver San Francisco. Thank you Ubisoft, not Montreal. Whatever. Thank you Ubisoft for this game. Next up is God of War 3. I'm not the biggest God of War fan. I have not much to say about this game, but the graphics were fantastic. I like the progression towards getting revenge, and yeah, God of War 3. Don't love it, but I like it. Ain't got much to say about it. Next up is a game that I'm a bit hate-love with it. Gran Turismo 5. I absolutely love it. Even though I just said I might hate it, but what I actually hate about it is the segregation between the standard and premium cars. Now, the reason why I hate that is, you know, someone's favorite car could be standard when they want it to be premium, and some bullshit cars could be premium when they should have been standard. You know, people have different tastes, and if they're gonna get a car in this game that they've been, you know, chasing and find out it's standard, they're gonna be really pissed. But the thing is, I do like this game. Gran Turismo, you know, in my opinion, leading the way in terms of racing simulation. I don't care about these PC simulations because I'm not into that yet. Gran Turismo definitely leading the way, especially on consoles. Yeah, like I said, the standard cars versus premium is my main gripe with the game. Sometimes this game looks damn near photorealistic, especially with this car on the Nürburgring. On the Nürburgring, this car looks bloody like almost real life. But yeah, segregation was really quite annoying, but I kind of let it slide because if you understand that this game has 1,000 plus cars, that's quite ambitious, and that's the main reason. So, okay, next game is something that's probably going to be on everyone's list, no surprise, Grand Theft Auto 5. Very ambitious game. I love the size of the map. Now, in my opinion, I felt that San Andreas, the vibe, you know, that era just felt better. That San Andreas compared to this one, you know, CJ, the hydraulics, the music, all of that scene was much better. But this game, very ambitious, very detailed, love it. Character switching, 3 characters, 3 stories to tell. This game would have got a 10 out of 10 from me, but the online dragged it down. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5, very nice. Next up is Heavy Rain. Now I am actually very happy that this is in my library. I love this game. It's got multiple endings, and as it says on the back, your decisions can change everything. So yeah, as you play along, your decisions, what you do, can impact the ending and, you know, what happens next. Love it. And it takes a lot of balls to do that, especially in this generation of first-person shooters and third-person adventure. That takes a lot of balls to go against the usual, you know, the usual path of gaming. Next up is Hitman Absolution. Didn't pay much for this game, and I actually got it brand new, so that was kind of relieving. But yeah, some people say that this is quite casual compared to the other Hitmans, but this game was very long, and yeah, I like it. You know, it's got a 9 out of 10 from PlayStation. It's really nothing to hate, even though you think it's casual. It's actually a very good game. Nice lighting. I love the game, the mechanics, and actually the gun selection in this game is phenomenal. But you know, it's Hitman, you don't really get the chance to use the guns. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, makes you appreciate it more. Anyways, I enjoyed it, definitely one of my favourite games. Game that I really shouldn't have bought. Why did I do it? Injustice Gods Among Us. Now, I did like the story. The story was obviously nothing special, but I liked it. It was pretty fun. I've got to admit, like, I probably bought this game because of Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan, and I don't think I should have. My trophies for this game is about, I think, 42%. That's more than most. I've pretty much abandoned this game. I'll see what I can do with it in the few coming days. Now, a game that I definitely do hate, and nothing is going to change that. Can you guess? Can you guess? Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, first of all, I'm going to say you Kojima fanboys can suck my balls. Suck my balls. This, I don't classify it as a game. I pretty much consider it garbage as a game. I mean, seriously? A game is meant to be played. That's why you have a controller in your hand. When you're watching a cutscene that's incredibly long, what are you going to do? You're probably going to put that controller down. There's really no point. This, like I said, the game's meant to be played, not watched. And the little gameplay that you do get to play, it was really lackluster in my opinion. This game only got so much praise because around the time of the PS3 launch, people are astounded at what the PS3 could do. That's why it gets so much praise. I think Kojima, like, he really should have gone in a different direction with this game. This game, I hate it. I hate it. But as you can see, they've got a limited edition. In a few years, I'm going to have a very rare poster. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4. Nothing's going to make me stop hating it. I mean, I did like the boss battles, but apart from that, I just, horrible. Now, one game that I did hate at first, but then slowly began to love, was Max Payne 3. The reason why I hated this game at first is because I felt that the story was, like, really not thought about. Like, what is this the best you could do for Max Payne's story? But then I started to play it again and again. I completed the story well over 5 times now, and I love this game. I love how Max Payne is in Brazil, not knowing how to speak the language. He's in this little bubble of his own, not knowing how to communicate or get information of what he wants or needs. And you know, the little black market stuff that's going on in this game, not going to spoil it, but very interesting. I love it. Max Payne 3, and as you know, it's done a lot for Rockstar. And for example, GTA 5 has actually taken a lot from this game, the weapon wield, the mechanics, etc, etc. Love it. Max Payne 3, definitely check it out. Another Rockstar game, Midnight Club Los Angeles. I admire this game a lot. I did kind of find the arcade handling a bit too over the top. You know, the burnouts and, you know, the donuts was a bit too easy to pull off. But you know, fantastic graphics, sweet car selection and bike selection, customization, nothing else come close. Need for Speed, you need to get your mojo back. This game is leading the way in terms of open world street racing, and as it says on the back, the originator of open world street racing is back and bigger than ever. No one is coming close right now. Mortal Kombat 9. This is a reboot of Mortal Kombat, and you know, I did like the game. I loved it a lot. Now I'm not gonna lie, I mean, okay, let me put it this way. I played a lot of this game before I got my own PS3. So on my own PS3, it might seem like I've not played a lot of it, but yeah, I do love this game. Now, a game that is most hated by many, I actually like, but do not classify it as Need for Speed. Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. not 2005, 2012. I do like this game, I do, but it is not Need for Speed, and that is all I've got to say on that. Criterion, what did you do, man? Next up is Saints Row the third. Saints Row 3, enjoyed it, I do like it. I'm going to platinum it. It's very, you know, it's not serious at all. It's a much more relaxed approach to like sandbox games. It's kind of funny, you know, it's got stupid gang affiliation and stuff like that. I do like it, but I will never buy a Saints Row game again. I think Saints Row has gone way too far. I ain't got much to say about this game, but I would say the number one thing that disappoints me about this game is the weapon selection. It's very lackluster, very poor, but apart from that, it was a pretty good game. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Didn't pay much for it, can't really complain. And again, I did get that brand new, so that kind of makes me feel better now. This game is absolutely phenomenal. This has got to be my most played game ever. Now my PS3, it actually had a little error with the save data, so that save data got resetted, and it used to have my total playtime. That total playtime must have been at least over 500 hours. It's been resetted and it's already over 77. I play a lot of this, and if I was to review this game, it would definitely get a 10 out of 10. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, fucking fun. I'm a big Tekken fan, even though I'm not the best fighter at all. But yeah, I'm very tricky and I do love this game. Me and my family, my siblings, my friends, everyone, we just can't get enough of that game. Tekken will never die. Now this game, do not ask. It's an easy platinum, and that's why I got it. Didn't pay much for it. In fact, I'll tell you, I paid less than £5 for it. Why do I still have it? Well, the fact is I do not trade my games. I feel like if I'm going to get something, I'm going to keep it. Terminator Salvation, people said that this was a very easy game, you know, easy platinum, but it's actually, in fact, they also said it was a horrible game, like just terrible. But it was actually more than what I was expecting. It was a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. You can't just blast your way through. And what else is there? And it was also much more in depth than I thought it was going to be. Like, I did kind of had some good moments in this game. Next up is this beast, this fucking amazing first hit wonder, The Last of Us. The Last of Us, The Last of Us, The Last of Us. I reviewed this game and I have updated the score to make it higher. I've put this score higher than what it was originally, but I do fucking love this game. The Last of Us, I'm not going to dwell on it. I love it, completely love it. Right. Uncharted 1. I did not start the series from this game actually. I started from Uncharted 2, but I thought that let me just go back and see what Uncharted 1 is about. Let me see how far Uncharted has come. And this was actually very good. But compared to the rest, this game is horrible. It is garbage. And, you know, it let you see the backstory of Drake, Elena, them characters, them core characters, and how they come together. And I actually did like the boss of this game, Navarro and Gabriel. Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune. Like I said, it is hell. I'm talking about difficulty and gameplay. So, Naughty Dog created Uncharted 2. Fucking hell. Who doesn't like this game? I will literally slap you if you don't like this game. You may not like the system it's on, but this game is absolutely phenomenal. Uncharted 2, the way it opens, the way it closes, everything. The journey is fantastic. The story, I love it. The ending, I love it. The villain is fucking amazing. Uncharted 2, little to complain about. Little. Uncharted 2, I just can't get enough of it. And finally, my last physical copy, Uncharted 3. I like it, but it's not. I mean, it had some amazing moments in the story, but really Uncharted 3 went more online gameplay, and I think the story was half-baked. So Uncharted 3, nice game, I like it, but yeah. So I'm going to talk about my game of the year 2013 now. My game of the year 2013, as I've said many times before, is out of, where are you? Out of these two, Grand Theft Auto 5 and The Last of Us. Can you guess which one's gonna be? No, it's not fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. It's The Last of Us. Like I said, Grand Theft Auto 5 would have got a 10 out of 10, but I think Rockstar got away with too much, especially with that online business, that huffle buffle with the online launch they had. And many reviewers, they said, are, you know, they're treating graphical to online as a separate product. But when have they ever done this for a different game? For example, Batman Arkham Origins, that could be treated as the multiplayer could be treated as a different product, but it is the same game. It is in the game, so you count it in the review. This, right off the bat, phenomenal experience. Now, of course, I did have a little gripe at the ending, but everything else, especially the campaign is by far the best I have played this year. It was gripping, intense, beautiful, emotional, deep, dark, and wonderful. The Last of Us is my game of the year 2013. Now I'm on to a bit of a harder decision, my game of the generation. Now, of course, all I've showed is PS3 games. I'm a PS3 gamer if you didn't know, but my game of the generation from this list, I'm trying to think of something that has done a lot for the generation. Something that's been different or paved the way. And I don't know what to pick, to be honest. Do you know what? Instead of trying to do that, I'm just going to pick my favorite game of this generation. And can you guess what I'm picking? Yep, it's the amazing Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 has got to be my favorite game of this generation. This is the game where I started the franchise. Like I said, I didn't start from Uncharted 1. So can you imagine how much that blew me away? I was astounded by the snow effects, the graphics, the cinematics. How could Naughty Dog put all of this together? And I do like Tomb Raider. I'm a Tomb Raider fan, and I could see that a lot of inspiration has gone into this game from Tomb Raider. And Uncharted 2, with all the characters, the villain, the story, what they're after, I have got to give this game game of the generation. So yeah. Okay, next up I want to talk about the PS4. The PlayStation 4 right now, I have absolutely no interest or need to rush out to get it. Fucking not necessary at all. The PlayStation 4 is a great console from what I see so far, but the launch lineup and what it's offering, there's just no need. You guys have already got a PS4, you're basically test dummies for us. We guys who are going to get our PS4 later, we're going to get our patches that do bring what we need. We're going to get better games, etc, etc, and probably a cheaper price. So thank you very much. Me, when I get my PS4, I'll be happy. But as of right now, I am extremely happy with what I got here. As I said, I got more digital copies on my PS3, but I'm not going to go through that. I still need to play Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider. Actually, Tomb Raider is going to be on the PS4, so I'll put that there. God of War Ascension, Beyond Two Souls, maybe Gran Turismo 6. Yeah, and I still need to platinum 3 more games on the PS3, and I think that's going to be Arkham Asylum, Hitman Absolution, and Saints Row, as those are pretty much complete, almost there. And lastly, I want to talk about the YouTube Content ID bullshit. Yep, let's call it bullshit altogether. I've been saying this from day. Google, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, straight up. Google, fuck you. You are a terrible company. Now, if you didn't know already, about almost 2 years ago, I lost my Google AdSense for some stupid reason, and you know, Google's behind it. I'm not gonna go over that, but I've made a video on it. And here we are today, how many years later, with YouTube or Google causing more bullshit. You know, forcing Google Plus on people, doing this stupid content ID, this horrible way of doing things, like you're punishing innocent people, you're letting the actual offenders get away with it, and you know, it's just becoming really unfair. I've said it many times, fuck Google, but I'm here. This content ID business is not affecting me at all, not yet anyway, and if it was to, it wouldn't really matter because I don't make money off YouTube, if you didn't know. Well, not on this channel anyway. So yeah, that's it. And because of that, I just wanted to remind you guys that the music I make and upload to YouTube is free for you to download and use. So you can use that as background music, and I know my music is not the best, even though some of you say it is. I don't understand that, but yeah, it's there for you guys. I'm sure there'll be something you like. For example, Voices. People love that one, well received, getting quite a lot of views. I've got some dubstep. I make multi-genre music, so check it out. Dubstep, R&B, hip-hop, ethnic. You just have a look through. I'm sure you'll find something you like, even if you don't want to admit it. So here we are. This is the end of my video. Thank you for watching. I am back. Peace out. Paul Walker has unfortunately passed away due to a tragic car incident. This has left many of his family, friends and fans devastated. If you didn't know, Paul Walker